Give me 7 minutes and I'll 7x your trading profits. Okay, that might be bullshit, but here's why you should listen. So my name is John and I trade option selling strategies full time, and in 2024 alone, I made over 2 million in profit. And yes, you fucking nerds can go in the description, download my account statements before thumbing up a hate comment. So anyway, when I walk you through this is not gonna be theory, it's not guesswork, it's exactly what I'm doing every single day, and I have this shit down to a science. Seriously, last week, I probably hopped on a call with 3 or 4 people who are fairly new to this, and they have all had a green week so far because what I'm about to say actually works. So let's get into this. It's gonna be very simple. I'm gonna tell you guys the 5 biggest mindset and strategy shifts that will completely change how you trade. Okay, point number 1. If you're nervous when you're placing your trade, you have the wrong strategy. So if you're feeling nervous the moment you click buy or sell, that's not because trading is supposed to be stressful. It's because you're running the wrong strategy. It's like walking into a casino and putting everything on red. Of course, your heart's gonna be racing because you have no edge. But if you owned the casino, then what? You wouldn't be sweating at all because the odds are in your favor every single spin over the long term. And that's where my strategy, option selling, really comes into play. So when I sell, for example, a 30 delta cash secured put, I know that I have a 70% chance or better of winning that trade, or in other words, that the stock stays above my strike price and I just keep the premium. And even if I do get assigned the stock, I'm buying the stock at a steep discount and then turning around and selling covered calls on those shares. So either way, the math is stacked in my favor. So there's no real reason that I feel nervous when I'm entering a trade. I'm pretty much the house rather than the gambler. So if you are completely new to option selling and have no idea what the fuck that is or what I just said, you can visit my website, The Option Lab, in the description, and download my option selling cheat sheet. Or if you want me to just cram this down your throat in a 30-minute one-on-one, you can book a call with me personally, which I might show up for if you're lucky. But I actually have talked to a bunch of you guys and it's been super, super helpful. Okay, getting on to point number 2. You're trying to grow your account too fast. Most traders blow up because they're trying to turn a 5K account into a Lamborghini overnight like they see on social media. That impatient, get-rich-quick wiring in your monkey brain makes you chase these strategies with big upside but no consistency. Option selling then flips that. It's slower, yes, but it's gonna compound over time with smaller gains. Think of it like building muscle at the gym. You can't walk in and bench 3 plates or 315 on day 1. You'd look like a fucking idiot, tear something, and be out of the gym for months before you can even come back. But if you stick to a consistent program, adding a little weight each week, progressively overloading, a year later, you're gonna be twice as strong. And that's exactly how option selling works. It's not about doubling your account overnight, it's about stacking consistent wins that compound into a big, consistent result over time. Point number 3. Stop strategy hopping. So if you keep bouncing from one strategy to the next, here's the harsh truth. It's because all the strategies you've been trying are just different flavors of the exact same thing. Betting direction. One week, you're chasing the RSI. The next, you think it's the MACD. The next week, it's some YouTuber's secret candlestick pattern method. And every time you convince yourself that you found the holy grail until it blows up again. With option selling, you don't have to guess the direction. That's the beauty of it. The probabilities are defined because when you enter the trade, the market is giving you the percentage probability of success. So I can look at a setup and know before I even enter the trade that I have a 70+% chance of success. That's why I don't need to hop strategies. I know that the math favors me. Point number 4, stop betting direction. So let's be honest, if you are buying calls or puts or even day trading futures, you're basically just flipping a coin. You've got to be right on direction, and that's a 50-50 shot at best. No matter what you convince yourself on based on your stupid chart patterns, it's gambling, not really trading. But with option selling, I can structure trades like an iron condor, for example, or cash secured puts that win as long as the stock doesn't make a massive move against me. So suddenly I'm sitting at a 70% or more probability. Which would you rather play? A coin flip or a game where you win 7 out of 10 times? Okay, on to point number 5. You're a gambler masquerading as a trader. So a lot of people don't want to admit this, but it's true. You're a gambler who's dressed up as a trader. You watch videos, you draw lines on charts, convince yourself there's some rhyme or reason to it, but the market doesn't care about your chart lines, your indicators, or your feelings. If you want to stop pretending and start actually trading with an edge, you need to flip to option selling, because unlike all that other noise and all those other strategies, the probabilities here are real and you know them before entering the trade. They're baked into the contract before you even click submit. And most of the time, the probability is stacked heavily in your favor, and you don't need to guess how big is it going to move in this direction or that direction. A lot of times you just make money sitting there doing nothing. Okay, so here's the takeaway. If you're nervous, if you're chasing get-rich-quick strategies, hopping around from one strategy to the next, trying to bet direction, or convincing yourself you're just more than a gambler, that's why you're stuck. The moment you start trading like the house, like the casino, selling options with high probability setups, the game totally changes. Now, most people are completely oblivious to the fact option selling strategies even exist. So what I'm gonna suggest is that you click the link in the description and download my cheat sheet. Or if you just wanna speed run this process and have me show you exactly how to apply these strategies for your account specifically, visit theoptionlab.com and book a 30-minute call with me personally. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, and I will see you guys soon. Peace.